Okay, first off, Larry Sensei, you are the highest rank we have. You need to remember to put your little tie in the back. And if everybody's got their boonie hats, they should have them on. I have mine on, right? Where's your boonie hat? Hasn't came yet. Hasn't come yet. Doesn't your father teach English? Thai school, something like that? Simon got a new baby, so we're going to pass the hat. The old custom we do, so Larry Sensei, would you walk down and get his hat and then go to each person and collect a little token of money, okay, for Simon's baby. You can go get it if you got it.
It's actually in my car.
Go get it. Go get it. Yeah, see, Larry's a tough boy. He collects dues at the city club. Cough it up, bitch. Cough it up.
May I owe
Yes.
it as opposed to running down the block to my car, Sensei?
No, go get it. We'll get it done. We'll forget it. And I think I gave my donation. Okay. Now you may put all that in your pocket so we don't forget it. That's for your baby.
Better go for the baby too.
Yeah, well, either that or the booze to take care of dad that takes care of the baby. I don't care how that works, you know.
You can breastfeed.
Yeah, both Simon and I can breastfeed, although mine's getting smaller now, Simon. You better hurry up, buddy. You know.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We're contacted on the internet by a master sergeant friend of mine who criticized us severely over last week's lesson. Somebody I know really well yelled at you guys for like 30 minutes and that's all there was. And he says, what happened to all the love and the happiness we used to have? And jokes, I used to tell jokes all the time. Well, most of the jokes are not appropriate for the material that goes out on the internet. So, but I do have one joke for this master sergeant. And I'm going to tell the first part of the joke, and then at the very end with lessons learned, I'll tell the punchline. So there was this old crusty master sergeant who dated these three girls. He actually got a divorce and went and dated these three girls, and he couldn't figure out which of the three girls, there you go, which of the three girls he should actually really get serious about. So he designed this whole thing, and he got some money. And so what he did was he gave each girl a certain amount of money and asked them to do whatever they wanted to do with it. And he went off on TAD, well, in our case, not TAD, that's Marines, but God, I forgot the Army term now. That's embarrassing. However, he went off doing his thing, and he came back and he talked to the first girl and asked her what she used the money for. And the first girl said, well, I went out and I know you like me a lot, so I bought myself some clothes and stuff that I'm sure you like. He goes, okay. He goes to the second girl. It's kind of like for Barney, you know. And kind of went to the second girl, and he said, what'd you do? And she goes, well, I know that, you know, you really like me, but I used some of the money for me, but I bought you a couple of presents too. And he goes, okay. So he goes to the third girl, and she goes, well, you know, I really, really care for you, so I bought you all these gifts. Now the master sergeant walks away, and here's the punchline part that I'm not going to tell. Who did he decide to go with? Well, you'll think about that. And I'll tell everybody at the end of the show who he actually picked. Okay? So, Aaron Sensei is with us today. Your groundwork is still pretty good. Your rolls and stuff?
Yes, Sensei.
You remember our triangle roll?
Yes, Sensei.
You remember our over the hand roll,
Yes.
die roll, and a backward roll looking down the arm?
Yes, Sensei.
I knew you would. You're going to take everybody that way, and we're going to teach everybody, except for Larry Sensei, he knows how to roll,
Yes, Sensei.
And then Larry Sensei is going to work with me on some sword work that we're going to film. So if you would like to take, oh, Simon, how's your back? Okay, no problem?
No problem.
Okay, everybody got cups now? Almost? Who does not have a cup? Okay, only my police just asked him, well, who does not have a cup, who needs a cup? Right? Okay, better? Okay. They do actually make those things for women too. So Don't piss me off. I'll make you wear them. That's okay. The guys will have to wear them in the back. That's what you wear. You poke your cup backwards when you go to San Francisco. There's your joke. Okay. So anyway, Aaron Sensei, would you take them down that way? And I want to get rolls,
Yes, Sensei.
maybe 20, 30 minutes worth,
Okay.
if you can stand,
Yes, Sensei.
if they can do that. Some of them have never had a roll, so start out with triangle rolls.
I'm
Okay.
kneeling, right, Sensei?
Yeah, down on the kneeling.
Yes.
Okay. There you go. Go that way.
Leave our weapons.
Yep. Weapons are okay.
Okay, so just to recap, we just had a rolling class, and the very first roll we did was called a triangle roll. That's correct, because we make a triangle when we roll, right? And it's a front roll. Christian's going to demonstrate it for us once or twice with his back not to the camera so that they can see. He's going to roll across. We can do it front first, okay? So show your triangle on the ground. All right, come back and roll when I say. So he's going to squat. Because when we first start off, we're going to not do it from a standing position so we don't injure ourselves. And his knee and his toe is pointed in the direction of his roll. He makes a triangle with his hands. And his elbow is going to be pointed in the direction of his roll. He's not going to fold his elbow too much because it's going to do what? Yeah, give him a shoulder injury. And if he folds it way too much and he hits his head, he's going to get a neck injury. So he definitely doesn't want to do that. He's going to give himself momentum by pushing off, and he's going to show us. Go. Awesome. And did you guys hear all the thumping on the way over? Okay, so that was done properly. Now he's going to go roll from there to there. And turn around and roll back. And line up, and everyone's going to try it a couple times. So spread out, hurry. Let's try it a couple times. And roll at will. Good, 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 good. Silent is best, right? Anjing Banfa. Anybody? What's it mean? The quiet way. What's ninki mean? Ninki, patient. Yeah, okay. All right. You guys are jumping the gun a little bit. Right on. Okay, keep going. Roll a couple more times. Good. A lot better. It's okay. Hey, you know what? Good awareness on your roll, though. And when we're rolling, we got to be aware of what we're rolling into or not rolling into, right? Sometimes, do we want to roll into somebody to take them out? Absolutely. We'll learn that later. Other times, do we want to roll into a big concrete pole and injure ourselves? Absolutely not. Okay, line back up. Christian, come back out here, please, sir. The next roll actually evolves into a dive roll, but we're going to start from a squatting position, and you're going to be going straight over. Hands are going to be placed parallel to each other, and he's going to show you how to do it. So start in your position, and we'll show the camera. You know, let's start facing towards the camera, please. Okay, and then place your hands on the ground, and it's essentially a somersault. But as we've seen some of these somersaults, we hit our head on the ground, and we don't want to do that. So go ahead, sir, please. Just like that. You hear do-do-do-do-do? No. Okay, good job. Now, roll that way. Good, fantastic. Roll back the other way. And Christian, nobody else here is going to do it, but can you do that from a standing position?
Yeah.
Give yourself maybe a little bit of distance.
That way?
Please, yes, sir. And it's going to eventually evolve into, God forbid, you get thrown or you fall from a height. That's what it evolves into. You want to try that?
Yeah, I give it a shot.
All right, right on. There you go. Okay. Line back up. Everyone's going to give it a try a couple times. Spread out so we don't run into each other, please. Thank you, Sensei. Go. Roll at will. Remember what we're doing? We're doing training wheels. Floaties. Right. And the majority of these rolls, we're starting them a certain way. We want to end them a certain way. We don't want to end them where we're losing our footing. We don't want to end them where maybe one knee's on the ground. If we're starting in a standing position, God forbid we're being thrown or we fall or we have to dive, roll, pick up a weapon. Do we want to end vulnerable or do we want to end ready? Absolutely. Okay? So just keep that in mind. Right now we're just kind of starting off on rolling, but keep that in mind. That's the end goal. Okay? All right, we're going to move on to a back roll. Guess who's coming out here? Are you comfortable with the back roll or you want to have somebody else do it? Come out here. All right, so for beginners, we're starting off the back roll sitting down. Go ahead. And one leg is out, right? And so this leg that's out, it's going over this opposite shoulder. So what does this arm have to do, guys? Has to be straight out, right? Put the arm out. And are you looking this way or this way?
This way.
Absolutely. Why?
Because I got to roll over.
Because you got to roll over that side. Where's the other arm going to go? Right now, for now, it's going to go there, right? If you need to pick up a weapon, if you're doing a back roll, you need to pick up a weapon, you need to draw a weapon. We'll cover that later. Go ahead. Let's see what you got. Absolutely. Let's try that again, but come back into a basic side stance when you're done. All right. Okay? And can you do it that way? Please? Thank you, sir. Okay, you look behind you. Well, where do we want to look? Down our arm. All right, hop back in line. All right, so we're going to spread out. We're going to try this a couple times. Remember, there's a few things to remember. We want to look down that arm because it makes sense. That's the direction of our roll. We want to know what we're rolling into and what we're not rolling into. For now, we're going to put our hand up here for what reason? Yeah, it's to get our head off the ground because we don't want to roll where our neck is being injured or our head hits the ground. If you're not comfortable with this, do another roll that you're comfortable with, or you can sit out. But please, by all means, spread out, and we're going to do it a couple times. Go. Now, continue rolling while I talk. One of the students asked, I don't feel like I have enough momentum in doing this particular roll. Simon asked that. So Simon, what do we do if you don't feel like you have enough momentum starting off this roll? Maybe you're a little bit bigger, you can't do it. Can you demonstrate it? Let's do it from a squatting and not from a standing, yeah. Because again, we don't want to injure. Good. Yeah. And check this out. The good news is if this arm was out straight like it was supposed to be, it wouldn't have been so rough. You gotta look right down it. Remember? Good job. Good job. Yeah, arm really needs to be straight. We have a tendency to bend it, pull it in, whatever the case is, but that needs to be the focal point, in which case, where we're rolling over. Keep it straight and look down it. Keep it straight and look down it. All right. Line back up. Make it quick. Make it quick. At the end of this, does anybody have any questions on the triangle roll? Anybody have questions on the straight over roll, the dive roll? Anybody have any questions whatsoever on the back roll? Okay, if you have no questions for me, I have a few questions for you. Go ahead and just shout them out. Why do we call it the triangle roll? Yeah, because your hands are making a triangle. Now, are you rolling straight over or are you rolling over a shoulder? Okay. Now, what shoulder are you rolling over? Whichever one the knee's pointing to, the lead one? Yes. Whichever the elbow's pointing at? Correct. You want to roll over that shoulder. Absolutely. Okay, the second roll was the dive roll. What are some key aspects of the dive roll? Why do our hands need to be parallel? Yeah, because if they're not parallel, one hand's in front of the other, essentially you're doing kind of a sloppy triangle roll. You can get yourself injured, right? Do we want our feet staggered? We want our feet pretty parallel, right? Because we're going straight over, right? And what are some of the benefits of this roll that we saw? To grab weapons. You can do far dive rolls with this particular roll and grab weapons, pick something up, and you're ending in a position to where you're ready to attack. All right, and now on the back roll, what are some key aspects of the back roll? We have one leg out. That one leg out is going over which shoulder? The same side? The opposite shoulder, absolutely. Now the shoulder that you're rolling over, which is the opposite shoulder, what's important about that? What do we have to have? You have to have your arm out. And your what? And your palms on the ground, right. And where do we want to be looking? Down the arm so that we know where we're rolling, right? Where can our other arm be or other hand be if it needs to be? Why? Yeah, so to protect your head and neck. Now on any of these rolls that you're doing, even if later on, I think in brown belt we do fall recoveries. If we're doing fall recoveries, what do we want to remember? We want to protect, what do we want to protect? Yeah, we want to protect everything. But we learned at the very beginning of this that most common injuries from rolling improperly are shoulder injuries, elbow injuries, hand injuries, and most importantly the brain, the computer, right? Head and neck. All right, no other questions? I think that's all, Sensei.
Okay, so we've got a class now doing left and right parry block and parry block attacks. The biggest thing is safety. We don't fail to remember that when we're doing our strikes, notice where my sword is. It's way behind me. Which means I could hit people very easily. So we're in class and go bank right into somebody, or we do lapel strikes or something. You're hitting people behind you. So you really want to make sure that when you work safety, you really do work safety. You don't need extra eyes poked out or eyes poked out. Also, caution your students when they're striking at somebody if they fail the block. Don't bonk them in the head or don't kill them. It's always a nice thing. So even though your opponent should be blocking, they might blow it. Don't hit them. Safety. Okay. Move this way because you guys are so close. Remember our safety talk that if I'm going to strike him and I go like this and I hit him, yeah, you're getting close there, okay? Yeah, you feel that, Simon? You feel how he was pushing you down into the turn? That's just what you want. That's the way you'll be teaching here shortly. Now, Barney, think about this. If he's striking down, strike down. If I stay horizontal, no, and now push. Okay, so contact it more on the horizontal and allow him to push you down into that versus being so deep here. Right. Right, and it will be the V ultimately. But what happens is when I first contact him, I contact him up here, letting him force me into that V and accelerating on through. Exactly. Simon had it perfect, as usual. I expect nothing from Simon Says but perfect. What's the name of your new daughter?
Isabella.
Janan?
Janan Isabella.
Janan. Jane.
J.
Yeah?
Din.
Jaden. Oh, wow. Isabella. My buddy on Second Life is named Jaden. Is a guy. He doesn't have the Isabella name, though. All right, now, when you contact his sword on the way down, you should almost be, go ahead slowly, you should almost be contacting here and then allowing it to come into your V, but accelerating around that corner, okay? So you contact a little bit sooner and let him push you through.
Okay. Something behind for him to hit, thinking that he's got the attack. One, go. And it's providing momentum.
Let me refine that ever so briefly. On his attack, if I contact him here, okay, you stay coming down this way, and let him push me on through into my V, that helps with the momentum issue. So the earlier you can contact the sword, it's almost the better, okay, like so, right?
That's a good point, Sensei.
What's that, catch him, yeah. Yeah, you catch them early almost like that, instead of just like this. Exactly. They push you right on through. If you had a lot of strength in your arms, it's going to stop it and slide down, and that's not what you want. You know, so the sooner you can contact them up there, almost like at this angle, and then let them push you into that V on around is the best.
Yeah, whichever way you're stepping to the side, you don't move both feet. You know what I mean? See how I'm stepping like this? I'm only moving this one out of the way, and then as I'm swinging it around like that. So if right?
Same thing, keep it up there.
Most important thing to remember, obviously, is get your body out of the way, which they're doing. And then all the rest of this stuff is kind of secondary as they're catching the turn. And so as they're coming down, the earlier that they can connect them, the better, but they're going to get the body out of the way, which is at least the survivalistic point of any technique, is to get your body out of the way and survive the attack. Now, Simon, that usually doesn't work because it's usually the little bastard behind him that gets him, but in your case, it's the big bastard.
Don't be afraid of it. It's not going to hit you. It's not going to hurt you. Remember what I was saying over there? Confident. Conviction. Be scared. Need it. Need it up here. Sensei made a good point. By the time he comes all the way down here, see how much momentum and speed he has? These are real swords. You just cut yours right in half. Not that I've seen it happen, but I'm sure it probably could.
Andrew, try to catch it just a little bit earlier even. Almost like this, and then let them push you into it. There. So you feel the difference? Yeah, man, it just slammed you through, doesn't it?
That swing that I'm giving you.
Mateus, make sure and cut, don't track. Make sure and cut where she was, don't track her. You're naturally starting to track her. Block first, strike second. There you go. Yeah. Okay.
he's having trouble with his footwork.
In the left, we're stepping out, making our block, dragging that back foot back in. So we're looking.
Keeping that foot behind him, he doesn't cross him.
They never cross. It's only on the other one. If I'm going this way, I'm stepping out
Okay.
and then drag.
But I'm going right foot forward.
Okay? So you want to go that way? You're going to step out with your left.
So you never cross your feet.
Mm-mm. No, because as soon as you cross your feet, you get pushed over.
Okay, so if I was going
That's perfect. Uh-huh.
and then
Step out with your left.
no,
No.
this one goes behind.
Here.
Yeah.
So I'm right lead forward. Now I'm left lead forward.
Okay.
See that? Okay. Yep. Perfect. And here I was with my sword point in the ground. I just felt sympathy for Barney.
I thought there was a special stone you had there that you were honing it.
That's true too. Thank you so much. I did forget to mention that about the special stone in the ground that I actually hone my blade to. Okay. I make it look like I'm actually an English gentleman, but I'm really honing the blade. Thank you, Carrie Sensei. This is a line drill. You use this to help hone skills for both attack and defense. What's going to happen is I'll talk my way through it. Each person's going to come rushing up and making an attack, and they're not going to stop. So as they're coming in, I've got to do my thing. I've got to come back on guard each time. This gives me a chance to practice what I'm after. I stalled that attack out altogether, as you saw. Oops. Okay. Yep. I'm doing some more fancier moves here. But as we're practicing our on-guard aspect, hype. Oh, yep. Sorry. Hype. Okay, that's good. So you get the idea. I did bonk Aaron Sensei pretty hard, but I think that was the only real bonk I did. So let's, oh, you can tell the impact in blocking. I was doing sparkler blocks out there, okay? You can kind of see the impact. All right, Aaron Sensei, you are in the middle. Come on up forward. No, Aaron Sensei, I don't think you'd run up like that, by the way. You wouldn't run like that, but when you run at him, and attack. Barney, run with your sword forward, then make your attack. Well, that was a late one, wasn't it? Okay, Andrew, you're in the front. Slow it down, Barney. It's his first time in the front. Remember, it's his first time for this new guy, so keep it a little on the slower side. After he gets into the swing of it, it's not a big deal. Boy, he's had a lot of sword work, as you recall. You know, I mean, you saw me in there. I was stalling out moves by moving in with a sword. And take it easy. First time through, please.
Generally one is holding our spot.
Yeah, if we can. Right. You have two different types of blocks, Jonathan, left and right. I see 4 lefts now. This is your chance to shine. Show some rights, show some lefts, because sometimes you have to move one way or the other, depending upon the battle. So you need to know both. Okay. We still have a circle to go and then a close. We're right on target. Concentrate on both left and rights. Hi. Sashi was a huge guy like Simon. New person, take it easy. She's making you guys run a long way. Where are you out first? Don't anticipate. Wait for their attack, and then do your block. Wait for their attack. There you go. Wait for their attack. He's been through a lot of sword work. Very nice, Christian. Okay, big circle around us. Bigger circle. Mateus, complete circle. All the way. Back up, back up, back up. Okay, circle drill. In a circle drill, any person can attack, but only one person at a time. When you intend to attack, give a key eye and move forward into the attack. So if we're out here in the center, for example, just hang with me, okay? And we're hanging out, right? And this is 2 of us together, which would normally be 1 of you. Actually, go ahead and step out for a second. So I'm at my ready position. Well, this is my ready position. This isn't your ready position. My ready position is down like so. So Larry Sensei, come start the attack. So he'll start the attack. Okay, good. That's right. He was smart enough not to kill me with that, but go ahead and do the same thing. Come on through. So I wanted to catch in the back. Now I'm on guard. I'm hanging out so anybody can attack. Okay. We're on. Okay. That was a stall out immediately. Okay. And so that's how you work a circle drill. It's nice and easy. It should be a lot of fun for everybody. Okay. So Andrew, you're in the middle.
Back up a little bit.
Yeah, back up some, because you want, right, you don't want to sneak in on the guy. And if he screws up in the back, stay right there, Andrew, don't move. And I go, ah! and he screws up, stop and let him fix it. Okay? Which he didn't need to. He knew how to block. Now it's anybody. Okay, new guy in the middle, go a little slower. Jonathan, you want to get out of that circle as quick as you can. Yes. That was good. Good, Aaron Sensei. Very good. You don't know those yet, Simon. Good control, Mateus. Good control. Bunch of HR guys coming at you. All HR guys. Well, no, you can't block. You don't get a chance to hold it. Take the closest one. Listen. Use less eyes. Less eyes, more ears. Good, Mateus. My neighbors love me. We should call out their name, their last name, you know. They think they get called all the time. Nice, Christian. Nice passing block. Nice passing block. Nice. Nice passing block. Not the time to learn them in combat. Bring it on, big boy. Bring it on. Oh! With Memorex. Okay, so we're back at the joke, right? Okay, now. So, who knows the punchline of this joke? You don't get the answer. Larry Sensei, who did he pick? Which of the three girls? The one that bought all the gifts for herself, or the girl that bought half the gifts for herself and half for him, or all the gifts for him? Which one?
One for her.
Okay, and you?
The one for half and half.
And you?
That's what I was going to say, half and half.
You? Turn your sword properly. Blade up. You?
Half and half.
You?
Just the one that bought all the gifts for herself.
You?
Same thing, all for herself.
You?
For him.
Don't say it. You?
Half and half.
Now, he picked the girl with the largest breasts.
He sure did.
There you go, Master Sergeant. It's all for you. All right, good. Well, a lot of fun today in recapping. Next week, we're going to have our white belt test, I think it is next week, right? Next week. 8 a.m. sharp here. And it'll last the noon time. Those that aren't testing can still come and play. That's all good stuff. All right, I'm going to find out what we learned. All right, Sensei, what'd you learn you liked?
I love the recapping of all the swords, the katana, to get to know the katana boken again. It's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, it's fun, fun tool.
It's a vicious, nice tool.
Aaron, Sensei, thank you so much for coming, by the way. You did very well out there. Very, very proud of you.
Thank you, Sensei. Of course, the katana. The blocks.
Mhm.
Blocks and counter strikes.
Okay, and you?
I liked meeting Aaron Sensei, and his roll class was really nice.
Yes. He's always on the roll. He's always on the move.
I love the rolls, especially that dive roll to pick up that knife.
Mm-hmm.
Loved it.
Yeah, we do. We actually used to do that a lot.
I like the circle where everyone attacks.
Okay. And yourself, Barney, what'd you learn that you liked?
I enjoyed the rolls when I learned them right. They didn't hurt so much. So.
Yeah. Well, we used to, and everybody, I'll get criticized, we used to learn rolls on the pavement. Okay? You learn to roll on the pavement really quickly. Okay? You don't make too many mistakes. Okay, that's what you learned to like.
I really enjoyed the sword work
Yeah?
with the boken. Yeah, it was very interesting how to use the parry block to use the momentum to come back and counterattack. It's
Good.
awesome.
And you used it out there too, nicely. And you?
I like the circle.
Yeah?
Just people coming at you from behind, the
All over the
front.
place, yeah. That's good. Simon, what'd you learn you liked?
I really liked learning how to roll, and there's not about size or strength or anything. It's about technique and about practicing your technique. And even for me, 360 pounds, I could get around.
Yeah. Well, actually, some of the Aikido boys they're larger, they make us look like tiny, like small, like Helene, and they roll all over the place. So it's just really not about that. It's about technique. And Helene, what'd you learn you liked?
Triangle rolls. I think it's the only roll that I actually got done by the time we were done.
Did you like being out there in the center with all the people coming at you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, good. Carrie Sensei, what'd you learn you liked? Let me get close to you.
What I really enjoyed most was actually watching Aaron Sensei come in as a guest and demonstrate his abilities as a teaching sensei, which is something we stress a lot with our senseis.
Well, he's not a guest. He's one of us, but we haven't seen him forever, so he's like a
Exactly.
guest.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. All right, let me put this back on. Oh, you know, I almost forgot. Hang on. What do we do? What do we learn in the Army when it's particularly tough when you're waiting for the enemy to attack? You sharpen your bayonet. So I made product. Okay. We have a new knife on a rope product. So we got a nice knife on a rope. Nice. Knife throwing DVD. Blinding powder DVD. Okay. The blinding powder DVD is available through the members only section of the site. I had a long talk with my teacher, Ed Sensei, about putting out such literature. He ultimately didn't have that much of trouble putting it out of the general public. It was more like I had more of a problem putting it out there. So I put it in behind the members only page so you can order it from there. And Arnis, everybody ought to have these kinds of things because we do them in our system. Hanbo 1 and 2, and there will be a Hanbo 3 and 4. Greg Sensei and I looked at this yesterday, and there's a whole bunch missing. And we hold those for a second. Finally, 2 years in the making, the 5 DVD ROM set of the 2006 black belt test. And I'm putting the finishing touches on some of the discs now. Dylan-san with his stuff that doesn't work stuff. Paige Sensei with all of her classes, and then of course Greg Sensei and Matt Sensei hamming it up over blood and whatnot. We got
Ketchup. You're not even good at it. You're not even good at it. Give it away. What are you doing here?
My son, every time.
You're right on top of it, Rose. Ketchup. And not only that, but we were practicing on the other side.
Larry Sensei is breaking his arm on here, which is really good. That's a good one too. Here it is. You've got to slide by it, get on the back side. Oh! And that's how you do that.
First aid. First aid.
Go.
First aid. You all right, man?
That's how you do that. So it's going to be a 5 DVD set. Got the first one in there. And each one of the sets will have their own picture to them, et cetera, et cetera. That will be available for purchase on the site as well as here. But it literally takes you through. We had 190 gigabytes of film data, 11 and a half hours to walk down to 5 hours. So, but we did it. So that's there. is available.